This is for the lovers holding hands in the car. This is for the lovers, no matter where you are. This is for you. It's for you. It's for you. It's for you. This is for you. It's for you. It's for you.
Anyway, the purpose of this video is there was a Facebook discussion started on Facebook, and the discussion was basically that, you know, a woman should, you know, pay sometimes when a man and a woman go out on a date. And we're not talking about friends, we're talking, you know, actual dating, like with, you know, wanting to get together. You know, should a woman pay sometimes? My standpoint on the issue is that when I'm casually dating, or first, you know, I'm just getting to know a guy, I don't pay. When we're in a relationship, you know, or an understanding, if you want to call it, but we're a lot closer, it's understood that we're together, you know, whatever kind of title you want to put on that. Once it's a little more serious, then I'll feel comfortable paying. But here's the issue that I have with women who say that they're willing to pay. This is the issue that I have with these chicks. The issue I have with these chicks is that, one, they're saying it so that they could sound good. In my personal opinion, they're the same chicks that aren't really into sports, but they say, go Jags, or go Steelers, or whatever team that their man is into, or the guy they're interested in. They'll be, you know, they'll Google right quick what's the star player of the team and make it seem like they're more knowledgeable than they actually are. To me, they're one and the same. And also some females, in my opinion, which this I know to be a fact. Sometimes, you know, when the dude is paying, then they want to go to Red Lobster, or they want to go to Cheesecake Factory or whatever, and they want to get whatever that they want off of the menu. But when it's their turn to pay, then they want to go to Golden Corral, or they want to go to, you know, China Buffet, somewhere that's cheaper, or they're more mindful, more conscious of things that they're purchasing. Or Valentine's Day comes and they get their man a teddy bear, but they want dude to get him a necklace or something like that. And to me, that's just as bad as not paying. Like, you want him to spend X amount of money on you, but you're not willing to pay the same amount. And a lot of chicks they want their man to be very forthcoming. They want him to tell every detail about his past life, or tell me exactly what you were talking to Keisha about on the phone, but, you know, they keep their options open, and they don't tell him anything about the dude that they casually flirt with, or frequently text from work. You know what I mean? I feel like it is a give and take. It is a 50-50 type deal, but at the same time, I feel like in the early stages, we're courting. You know what I mean? You're convincing me of the type of person that you are. And in my book, primarily, a man is a provider. A man is not going to love in the same way that I love. He's not going to want to talk about his feelings and his emotions. He's not going to discuss our future in the same way that I am. He's not going to be as affectionate. His love is not the same that mine is. And for me, a man is not going to express his love in the same way that I am, so I expect him to express his love by providing, by protecting. You know, he's not going to say, you know what, baby, ever since I met you, man, I just been a different man, and I feel he's not going to do that. Like, this is not movies, but what he is going to do, he's going to bring his check home, he's going to pay the mortgage. You know what I mean? I'm going to feel safe when I'm with him. And in my experience, that's a sign of a good man. That's the kind of man that my father is. That's the kind of man that my grandfather was. And so that's what I look for. Am I that chick that you have to purchase? No. I hate those chicks, and I'll actually include a link, or I may repost my videos on gold diggers because I despise them. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. And truth be told, I really don't like to go out that much because I don't like crowds. I'm that chick that let's rent a couple movies, or let's go to the flea market, get a couple movies, and let's cuddle up, eat some Chinese, and watch TV, or, you know, watch the movies or whatever. Like, that's me. It's not necessary for us to go out all the time. Now, I know from experience that I do like to go out sometimes, you know, to dinner, or to a movie. And once you get kind of stagnant in a serious relationship, going out seems more and more rare. So it is nice to do so in the beginning. Basically what I'm saying is that yes, I do expect a man to pay in the beginning. And how long is the beginning? Like, what's the timeline? Depends on the guy and the level of commitment that he shows me. But at the same time, we don't have to go out for us to be dating. Like, we could go to the park, we could go to the bookstore, like, we can chill. Like, spending money is not necessary to get next to me. But if you are the type of dude that likes to go out and you want us to go out, then you can, but understand that you're going to be paying. And, like, a dude that would even have to question or wonder who's going to pay probably isn't my type of dude in the first place. But I'm also the type of chick that when we are together, which any dude that's dated me knows this, that when we are together, it's not one of those, oh, what am I going to get him on Valentine's Day? Ooh, what's he going to get me for Christmas? Like, it's not even like that. I mean, anytime I see something and I think of you, I get it for you. Like, I mean, the dude that, the last dude that I was semi-serious about, like, and we were long distance, and I would just send him cards, just random cards all the time, and, you know, would we agree we weren't going to exchange gifts for, like, Christmas, but I still send him a nice gift anyway. That's just how it works. You don't have that expectation that he's going to buy you something, so you have to get him something. It's just, you care about him, and you think about him, and you want to show him that how you feel. And I'm a firm believer that where you spend your time and your money is where your heart is. I'm not talking about you're bored and you want me to come over and keep you company. I'm not talking about you're spending money so that you can feel that I owe you something in an effort to control me. I'm saying that you're trying to show me that you care. And you're doing that by taking time out of your schedule to spend with me, even if you are busy, and you know, doing what's necessary to make me feel appreciated and to really show me that I mean something to you, and I will definitely reciprocate. That's give and take. Another point that was brought up when I kind of reposted a similar issue on my profile was you know, the fact that Kanye West and, you know, all these dudes are really tossing around this word gold digger, gold digger, gold digger. And it's to the point now where women don't want to be perceived as a woman who's an opportunist, as a woman who's, you know, only after a man for his money. And so to prove that they're not, to prove that they're a good woman, you know, they pay more than they normally would. They put forth a certain amount of money, or they will pay a bill for them, or do this or do that for them, to prove. Like a lot of women these days are, you know, with the man that's in prison, and they're sending him letters and they're sending him money and they're having him call, racking up the phone bill because they want to be perceived as that ride or die chick. When I feel like, personally me, you go to jail, we're breaking up. Why? Because you weren't concerned about being out here with me, helping me and loving me and being close to me when you were doing whatever it was that you were doing that was against the law. And so why should I be concerned about you now? No, I can do bad by myself. I don't associate with felons. And now if we're talking like, you know, dude got some parking tickets and like there was an outstanding debt and he's locked up for 30 days, which is still bad because I don't want a guy with a record. But at the same time, I can be a little more lenient, I could be a little more understanding. But specifically, a man that's selling drugs, that's selling death to our community, not only should you be ashamed of that man, you should disassociate yourself from him. So let me get started on dudes and drugs because that ticks me off. But what I'm saying is women are lowering their standards because they feel like men won't be as accepting of them. And because the ratio of men to women is just increasing and increasing, that, I mean, women are definitely lowering their standards, which I've been guilty of, won't front, because at one point I felt like I was being more open-minded, I was being more understanding, I you know, whatever. I thought it was a good thing that I was opening my mind. In reality, what I was doing was settling. I was definitely lowering my standards. I really don't do it. Now, don't get confused. I'm not scorned or jaded or bitter because of that, and I don't want to give dudes money because I feel like they may take advantage of me. That's not where I'm coming from. Where I'm coming from is that I feel like it's inappropriate. It's not a woman's place to take care of a man. Like, that's not what we do. Now, when you're in a relationship, when you're living together, when you're married, obviously my money is your money. You know what I mean? I take care of some bills, you take care of some bills. I see something and I think of you and I do that. You know, or your insurance is due this month and you just couldn't make it. I could definitely help you out, and you can help me out with whatever comes up. I mean, that's a part of being a couple. Your well-being concerns me. That we're dating, I don't think so. No, it's not even cool. Okay, another thing that was also brought up is kind of a sub-conversation of this conversation on Facebook. I don't even know how that even got tied into this, but it was basically talking about porn stars and how people or how men kind of associate a woman being good in the bed with being willing and able to do some of the same acts that women do in these adult movies. Anyway, I guess basically what do I think of that? And also what I think of men and women who decide what they want and what's attainable based on what they see in, you know, movies in Hollywood. And I'm trying to make this brief because I'm going over my time. But as far as the last one, I've definitely been guilty of that before. You know, looking at a movie and understanding and realizing that it's not real life, but at the same time thinking, that's a good man, you know. I want a man like that. Like, what's this dude's name? I can't think of his real name right now, but I don't know if those of you that watched the game on BET, when Melanie broke up with Derwin, she was with this dude, Jerome. Jerome is like the epitome of a good man to me on that show. He's tall, he's a little darker than I like him brown skin, but he's tall, he's fit, he's successful, he was very understanding of her situation, he was faithful, he was honest, very straightforward, and ready for the commitment. You know, it was Melanie that was playing the game, and that's the type of man that I'm looking for. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to turn down a guy, which actually that within itself is a great example, because even though I like brown-skinned guys, I'm not going to turn him down just because he's a darker guy. You know what I mean? So to kind of make this succinct, the point I'm saying is you can't look at television or at movies and say, hey, Superhead does this, this, and that, so I'm looking for a chick that can do that. Or, dang, Trina got a big old booty, so I need me a chick that got a big booty like that. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, it doesn't even make sense to me. And I think a lot of times, especially with women, it's kind of a subconscious thing. We're not looking for Morris Chestnut, you know, but the things that he says, the things that he does, you know, in his movies, we want to kind of reenact that in our own lives. I don't think it's necessarily healthy because it can lead to a very disappointing life. As far as porn stars go, don't watch porn. Don't watch porn. Like, if you must, do your thing. But I think it's very detrimental to your mind. I think it can be very detrimental to your sexual relationship. Why? Because these chicks do some nasty stuff. I mean, they do some freaky, nasty, unnatural things, and you cannot expect your woman to do these things. Now, if you find you a freak who is a lady, who's very respectable, who's very upright, who is definitely not perceived as a freak, but you happen to become sexually active, you become sexual partners, and then you find out that she is into this freaky stuff, more power to you. But the average woman, in my personal opinion, who puts herself out there as a respectable individual, is not into that freaky nasty stuff. I don't think. And so, I mean, some things I feel like, even though, which I don't really believe in casual sex, but if you do, casually, they should not be done. But for your man, I mean, some things, you just got to swallow your pride and you got to do it. Now, we're not talking about every boyfriend that you get. I'm talking about your husband right now. That's what I'm talking about. Or if you don't believe in husband, you know, your long-term partner. For him, I mean, you got to do it. Because, you know, I know they say you're not supposed to do it, but the Bible tells you, you know, that you have to make yourself available to him. And just like he doesn't really want to hear what you're talking about while he's watching the football game.
This is for the lovers holding hands in the car. This is for the lovers, no matter where you are. This is for you. It's for you. It's for you. It's for you. This is for you. It's for you. It's for you.